Hello, I am back. I didn't go anywhere. I just had a lot going on and I didn't juggle well, to be really honest. I feel like I haven't posted for months because, I don't know, summer happened. All of a sudden we had lots of people staying, which is my dream. I love having people here. We had my best friend, who is Mac's godfather. We had another really good friend come from New York and stay with her baby. I had my parents. I don't know, just a lot of people in the house. A lot of building works have been happening, but like not really happening. Like I've been waiting for them to happen, and finally, actually the last 2 weeks, they have started happening. And then work and trying to work out childcare and what that looks like now that Mac's a bit older. I don't know. I think it's really easy as a new mum to put yourself aside. And so I've just treated this summer as a little bit of an impromptu, like I just needed time to get my life in order, which has been really nice. Like I feel like I now kind of, things in the house that haven't been unpacked have now been unpacked. I think we're still living in a bit of a state of chaos because of the building works, but I now see the light at the end of the tunnel. I think I also was a bit frozen by, we have been saving and saving and saving to buy this house and to do these building works. And now the time finally came and I was a bit like, are we sure? Is this definitely the thing that we want to do? Is this how we want to spend the money? What a privileged thing to be able to say, but that's been my reality. Oh, I'm just being honest. I hope that comes off the right way. I think that's the other thing that has happened in the last couple of months. I was very much a TikTok influencer and I felt really comfortable and safe on that app. And then I guess for a myriad of reasons, that audience went over to Instagram and has grown a lot more on Instagram. And I have definitely all of a sudden felt a lot more pressure to, I don't even know what. I just think I felt a lot of pressure to be, no, I haven't felt any pressure to be a certain thing. I just have been very conscious that there's a lot more eyeballs on me, and that's a very strange, it's just, that's new to me. That's not something that I'd ever had to think about before. So there's been a lot of adjustment, and I think I felt like I just needed time to settle into this new life, really. Anyway, all this to say, I am back. I don't know how regularly. I don't want to say something and then be incorrect because we've got some very busy weeks coming up, but I will do my best. I thought I would vlog this week because it's a really fun week and all this hard work is finally kind of coming together. So I thought I would share some kind of building updates. I'm going to a lot of events this week and just kind of hang out because I have missed the chit chat. I have felt quite disconnected, not just talking to you in this way. So yeah, anyway, let's go downstairs. So this is the progress in like my filming or wardrobe room, whatever we want to call it, my work room. I've had everything drenched blue in, it's called grey stone, which is a little green color. I just think it makes everything feel a little bit, obviously blue is a cold color, but for me it makes everything feel a little bit warmer, a little bit less like a blank canvas. Like I like everything to feel like it has a personality, even if it's a door, whatever it is. And I just love this yellow against the blue. Yes, that is my wedding dress. I have had on my to-do list for months to get it reboxed and I haven't done that. Basically, it just got moldy in the old place. So that's that. This is the mirror I want to put on that wall there. Obviously got my Nordic Knots rug, which I need to lay out, which I also think just makes everything feel a lot more me. And then I need to add the handles to here, get someone to hang this mirror, and there's also a mirror here. I'm trying not to show you out the windows for privacy reasons, but there will be a mirror there. And then along this bay window, I need to hang my curtains, which I think will also make the room just come together fully. And then I think I kind of want to do like a pin board or some kind of thing here where I can just feel a little bit more creative. I'm going to get to this and then I might come back and show you some more. I think they look amazing. I need to now go film. I need to film 2 ads today, and then I'm going to an event. So I will probably pick this up and speak to you then. Hello, I'm having an insane day. I'm wearing one sock. Not that this outfit is even an outfit yet, but I'm trying to multitask. Anyway, yeah, I don't know how it is the time of day that it is. I'm gonna quickly insert a video here of what is happening downstairs, or what has been happening today. The painters just went out for lunch, so I just thought quickly show you progress down here, because the first coat has just gone on. So it was just quite an optic white. This is before, this is what it will be. This will also be painted. They're just putting the first coat on. So second coat I think won't go on till tomorrow, but it's just making the space feel so much cozier. It is obviously a really big room. It gets lots of light. So you can see on this skylight, when the direct sun is on it, it looks a lot brighter, it looks a lot whiter, but then in the corners, it definitely looks darker and warmer. And I kind of like that difference and separation. Like, you don't need to paint a wall white for it to feel bright. Like, I think the lighting in here changes throughout the day, especially in winter. You know, most of the year it is cold. We live in England, so I wanted it to feel cozy, but I think in summer it'll still feel bright and airy. So very excited to see this come together. The brain capacity that this literally, all I'm doing is painting my house and putting in cupboards, is taking up is too much. And to be really honest, am I regretting my decision? No, it'll be worth it. It's just painful. Anyway, this order arrived from Suzanne today, and I thought these trousers, because they've actually got a little bit of purple in them, would be good with my rattly bag. It's just, am I the size 14 or the size 16? I'll try them on and come back. Okay, the 16 is classically too big in the waist, but I bet the 14, oh, it might be all right. Let's try the 14 on. Look, I can't get them up. I feel like a sausage. Story of my life. I'm gonna try the 16 on again. I don't know is a no. I'm gonna have to go back to the drawing board. Shit. Now I'm gonna be late. Okay, I'm not sure if I love this outfit, but it is what it is. It is very Alessandra Michele Gucci, and the guy doesn't even work at Gucci anymore. So sometimes I'm like, am I just really out of touch, or do I not care about trends in a good way? I don't know. It's a very fine line. It is pouring. Great. Okay, well, hopefully this is also somewhat rainproof. Not really, but I am gonna put you in this bag and take you with me, and then we can go. Bye. Hello. Slightly less chaotic energy from me today. I've been rushing around this morning. Oh, there was fluff on my face. And now I've probably ruined my makeup. I've been rushing around this morning, and I was like, I need to get ready I'm going to a Clarence event this afternoon. I'm taking my dad, which is very fun. Very random of me, but he is in town and we wanted to go hang out afterwards, and I was like, well, why don't you just come with me? So I think probably an event that would be more tailored to my mother, but it's my dad that's staying with me at the moment, so it'll be fun. But anyway, I was running around this morning and I was trying to work out what to wear, and I just thought, do you know what? I don't often wear neutrals, but I feel like my brain has been split into so many different things this week, and I feel torn in so many directions. I needed some neutrals, so that's where we're at. There is probably a lot of background noise to this. There is hoovering downstairs because the painter has just finished the second or third layer. Can't remember what we're up to. We ran out of paint halfway through, which, if you've ever used Edward Bulmer's paint, it is a beautiful chalky finish. The depth of colour cannot be replicated with like a Dulux, but I hadn't realised that because of that natural finish, you just need quite a lot more. It also, as a paint, takes a lot longer to dry. So as it's drying, it looks super patchy, which has been a little bit like, it just made me a bit unsure of A, my decision, and B, if we had put it on correctly, it'll be fine. And the other background noise you might be hearing is my mother-in-law trying to get Mac to sleep. The poor guy has a cold and is just, he can't go to the kitchen, so he's getting frustrated. And we're all a bit frustrated, to be honest. It's nearly done. Then we move on to the living and dining, but hey, it will be worth it. So basically I got ready a little bit early because I thought what I might do is chat through some of the questions that I keep getting asked about this. I guess it's not a renovation project, is it? It's a decoration project. Let me have a look at the questions, because I keep being asked, why are you using an interior designer? Which is a question I ask myself every day at the moment. I have used a color consultant. Her name was is Harriet Slaughter. She is amazing and helped me. She didn't help me with this room, but she helped me with the paints downstairs. I think transparently the cost seemed prohibitive for an interior designer, and I was slightly wary of my house not feeling like my own if an interior designer did it. Is probably not true. I think if you worked with the right person, I have not met someone I thought that would be amazing to work with. And maybe arrogantly, I just thought that I could do this. So yeah, so that's why I haven't used an interior designer. You know, I'm obviously a creative person. I have enjoyed the process. It's just like all these things, it's a bigger job than you realize once you're in it. So the next two questions are kind of the same, but they are, how do you put together, how you choose where what goes, and please share how you plan everything. I will put some mood boards up here. So like for this room, for example, I do find things that I like and I drop them into a Photoshop file. Sometimes I do almost like mini 3D renders where I put, you know, I might put the carpet down in the middle and the furniture I think that's going to go in this room around it, and just see how, and you know, visualize how those textures, colors, finishes are all going to go together, I think. And then basically what I do is take those things and drop them into a mood board just so that I kind of remember what I was thinking. But I would say the 3D modeling, and that's probably being a bit generous describing my very slack lazy Photoshop visualizations, a 3D rendering, but that I find a lot more helpful than making a mood board. I think if I was pitching to a client, a mood board is very helpful to sell the vision, but you know, effectively I'm, is this battery gonna run out? No. That would be very on brand for me if that happened today, but I think we're okay. Right? So no, I find the 3D kind of visualizations the most helpful, and then having faith that it will be fine. For the rooms downstairs, because we have been using a lot of existing and old and new things, I haven't so much done a visual mock-up. Those I've definitely treated more as mood boards. Also just because the space is, maybe I'm finding a little bit easier to do. I think our kitchen, for example, I'll put that mood board here. I know that I always need kind of the contrast of natural and man-made materials. That's something I like in my outfits, and I, you know, so it's kind of taking that style and putting that in place. So like the raffia of the light, the you know, very man-made granite worktop that we inherited from the previous owners. I wasn't going to change that, and then it was just kind of making sure everything else fitted in. Once I bought the Greene chairs for that room and had the rug, that room to me suddenly fell in place. And I think that's the thing I like to do when I'm planning these things out, is you can't buy everything at once. I would love to do, you know, kind of a big online shop or a big vintage run, and it all just kind of arrive at the same time and you get to dress it and it feel like a TV show. But I need to live in a space. I need to feel how I'm feeling. I need to see the light throughout the day. All these kind of things to me are what makes, what helps me really see if it's working or not. So So sorry. The builder needed to go for the day, and we just needed to chat about the plan for next week. So I'm gonna go. I will pick this up hopefully on the weekend when there's less people in the house. And yeah, let's go to Clarence. Hello, new-ish kitchen. We've just moved all the furniture back because obviously it had to get moved out whilst it was being painted. But I just thought I would show you around. It's a mess. Let's just acknowledge that and move on, okay? I'm gonna start with this view because obviously this is the most of the painted part. This is obviously the brick wall. And the idea with painting it this kind of pinky color was that it would just make it tie in a little bit better with the brickwork. I always felt like the brickwork felt like a disconnected aspect of this room. It didn't feel cohesive against the like more optic white paint. That beam was also painted almost like a feature color, like it was kind of a dusky pink, and I wanted it to just create shape in the room but not stand out. So I honestly think it works really well. I do really need to add in the curtains. I haven't ordered yet because, to be honest, I don't know. I'm having commitment issues with the curtains, and I think that will really soften off the, these are bifold doors. And then I'm loving the green of these chairs against that wall color. I think that is amazing. This rug is from Ruggable. This coffee table is from Barker & Stonehouse. These are both staying. This couch is staying. It just is going to be upholstered. What I'm kind of thinking, and I just wanted to wait to see how I felt once the room had been painted, was that this should be upholstered in like a boucle chocolate brown maybe, or like a wool. Currently it's a woolen kind of 100% wool something. I thought, you know, it just needs to be a little bit darker. It's feeling like a lot of beige in here. This piece of furniture, which you can unfortunately see all the toys shoved in it, is from Habitat, but it was supposed to just be a temporary piece. I do think it's a bit yellowy for in here, so TBC on that. But we have also had the lights changed in here. So this feature light wasn't here before. It was like 3 pendant lights, and we've changed the wall lights. And that's making the whole place feel a little bit more cohesive. I'm really happy with that. I just think that with this guy, I might wait till this is done to replace, because you never know. That might all balance out eventually. That painting, I probably am not going to leave that there. I just really like the colors in here. And then all the hardware still needs to be, I think I've changed this one, yeah. All the hardware is going to be changed over to this gold, which will be beautiful because at the moment it's these really heavy, God, you can see how dusty it is, heavy kind of dark knobs, which are objectively fine, but I think just really adding weight to the room. In here is a problem we can talk about next week. But I've also painted the doors to the laundry. And over here, we are just currently debating whether or not we actually put a fridge here, because at the moment on this side, let me just show you, this is our fridge and this is our pantry, which is fine. They're just quite small for a family. I don't want to open the fridge because I feel like it'll be embarrassing, but we think that actually we should make this into a pantry. And then over here should be a big bifold fridge. And then actually we might build in cupboards over the top just to enclose all these appliances, because it does get really messy. Okay, I think that's everything. I just need to spend some time now really planning all the little bits and bobs for next week. Like we're wallpapering our bedroom, and I need to order some new light switches for in there, because I hadn't really thought about this, but when you wallpaper a room, the light switch is gonna really stand out. So I think I'm gonna try some order some ones with a perspex plate, so that when you put it on, you just see the switch and you can see the wallpaper behind it, and just little things like that. And then we're also going to be painting the dining room and the living room next week and finishing the cabinets in there. So things are still happening. And then bit by bit, this has made me a little bit more excited for what's to come and, you know, the finishing touches, which I think soft furnishings and fabrics are much more my forte. I've found all the painting, decision making very hard. So we're getting there. But let me know if you have any suggestions. I'm all ears. I think I've made it very clear I'm not a professional. I might like doing this, but I'm not a professional. We're learning as we're going. I ask the contractors so many questions. So yeah, like, comment, subscribe, all those lovely things. I love chatting to you guys, and hopefully I will see you soon. Bye.